Good afternoon, dear student. Yesterday we have started chemistry first chapter, that is unit 8, valency and molecular formula. So I hope yesterday you have yesterday you have learned the things which we have come across. So yesterday I have just started few topics, that is only to the introduction of chemistry, matter and the properties of tiny particles by which the matter is made up of. So I hope you have understood that. So today we are going to study three states of matter. So I would like to begin from the three states of matter. So I know that you have already studied in lower classes also about the states of matter. So in case three states of matter is present. So three states of matter we have studied in lower classes, that is solid, liquid and gas. And to say in modern concept, the three state of matter is enlarged, and we can know nowadays we can say there are five state of matter, that is solid, liquid, gas, plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate. But in our course we will only concentrate on three state of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. So first of all we should know how element is composed of, or substance is composed of. So we know that element matter is composed of small particles, and these particles have different arrangement, and this arrangement make their state solid, liquid and gas. So today we are going to study them in briefly, as you have already studied in lower classes. Okay, first we will study about the solid. In solid, atoms are very close to each other, or you can say the tiny particle by which the solid is composed of are tightly compact with each other. They are very tightly compact with each other. They have very little space or gap between them, and this solid object like this duster, they have fixed shape and size. So here in solid, atoms or small particle by which they are composed of, they are very packed with each other, and they have definite shape and size, as well as they have volume. Okay, this is the first property of solid. And shape means they may be regular shape or irregular shape, like duster, chalk box, they have a fixed shape or geometrical shape, and those objects which have fixed shape and size, they are called regular object. As well as there are some objects which do not have regular shape, like stone, they don't have regular shape, so they are known as irregular object. Though they are irregular object, they have definite shape as well as volume. Now for a regular object we can easily find out their volume. So for regular object we use the formula, different formula to find it. For example, if you have a cuboid, suppose you have a cuboid. In cuboid there is length, breadth and height, isn't it? So we can easily calculate the volume of regular object, for example that is cuboid, by using the formula length into breadth into height. So volume we know with the help of using formula LB into H. Like that we can find the volume of other regular object, and they have a fixed shape. So, first property of solid is that they have a definite shape and volume. Okay. Now, second property of solid is the space between the particle is least among all three states of matter. So, as I have shown in the figure itself, the atoms or the small particles by which the solid matter is made up of, they are very close to each other, and there is small gap. It may be very small, and whatever may be the small space between them, they lie very contact with each other, and they are in constant motion also, that I have already told you in previous class also. So, this space is very less between the particles, and similarly third characteristic, or you can say property of the solid, is the force of attraction between the particle is maximum. Since the space between the particles or the molecule is very less, means they are attracting each other with the larger force, isn't it? So, the space between the molecule, we call it as a molecular space, and in solid molecular space is compact or less, and the force of attraction is very hard, and that is the reason why solid have fixed shape and hard and difficult to break. Okay, and that point we can discuss in next characteristic, that is they are least or not compressible, because they are very compact. They are hold together. The particles in solid are held together by a very strong force. So, with that strong force, we assume that they are least compressible. We cannot compress. Sometimes we find that sponge. So, sometimes if you take a sponge, you think that you are compressing it, like sponge may be here, it is solid, we can say that we can compress, isn't it? This marker which is solid, we cannot compress it. So, here in case of sponge, we feel that we are able to compress the solid object, but in actual the in this form there are lots of space which is occupied by the air, and when actually we are pressing this portion, we are actually compressing the air, not actual solid object. So, being in solid, atoms are very close to each other, they are least, or we can say they are not compressible. Okay. So, that is about the property of solid, one of the three states of matter. Now, another state of matter is liquid. So, you drink water. So, water is found in liquid state. The state of water is liquid, and the molecules in case of liquid is slightly far. The particles of liquid are slightly far from what? In case of solid, the molecular space between the particles of liquid are slightly far from each other as compared to that of solid. So, this is the structure where solid, in case of solid, atoms are very close to each other, and here if you find there is some space between the molecules or the particles of liquid. So, due to this, there is certain changes in the properties of liquid, and that properties are: first, they do not have fixed shape or size. So, because the atoms are very or slightly far away from each other, they do not have fixed shape, but the volume is fixed. You already know the volume of liquid is fixed. So, if you have a water bottle of 1 liter capacity, you cannot fill more water in it, because the liquid has a fixed volume. You cannot apply pressure to accommodate more amount of liquid in it. So, in hydraulic brake and hydraulic press, we use this type of property. They are little bit compressible, not as much to the as compared to gases. Okay. So, in that way also we can say they cannot be compressed. So, they do not have fixed shape, but have fixed volume, that is they will occupy the space in which we keep. So, if any container we take, the space of that is occupied by the liquid, it will take the shape of any object in which we keep it. Okay. Now, second is the space between the particle is intermediate, like I have already told. Third, the force of attraction between each particle of liquid is intermediate. Intermediate means between the gas and solid, more than solid but less than gas, and they are not compressible, already I have told. And another property of liquid is they can flow. So, they can flow. Suppose if you put the water from one glass to a surface, so they will flow in one direction if the level of surface is slightly inclined. So, they can move from one point to another. So, we can say that liquid can flow. Okay. So, now other state of matter is gas. So, gas, what happen in gas, because atoms are arranged, or you can say molecules are arranged far from each other, they are far from each other. So, more than any other state of matter. So, they are very far from each other. That means molecular space between the particles of gases are more. Okay. So, due to which neither they have fixed shape, okay, they can take the shape of any object. If you blow the balloon, it will take the shape of balloon. So, similarly, how much little bit air if you have here, if you light the incense stick, it will completely come out and it may occupy the whole this room also. Okay. So, they neither have fixed shape nor volume. Now, next property of gas is the force of attraction is minimum. The force of attraction between the molecules or the particles of gases is very less, as they are very far from each other and they are constantly in motion. They are moving from one point to another very fast, as they have more space to move around. So, the space between the particle is maximum in case of gases. Similarly, another property of gases is they can flow. What? They can flow from one point to another or one place to another. Okay. So, gases, they can move from one place to another. So, this I have described in brief, as you have already studied in lower classes also. So, but it is important to know it sometime. You have to revise it. Okay. So, this is about the state of matter. So, what we have studied? There is three state of matter, that is solid, liquid and gas. After that, we have studied the properties of solid, liquid and gas. Now, in our course, we have to study the types of matter, and the topic itself is valency and molecular formula. So, before that, we have to revise some point about the matter itself. So, matter broadly can be divided into two forms, that is pure substance and impure substance. So, impure substance is also known as the mixture. Now, pure substance, what is pure substance? Question may arise, what is pure substance? A pure substance can be defined as the substance in which the component by which it is made up of are of same kind. They are of same kind, like element like hydrogen. Hydrogen is made of same particle or atom, they are made up of same atoms. Similarly, chlorine, they are made up of same. Similarly, pure substance like water. Water is also a pure substance which are made up of similar kind of substances or particles. And now, here element and compound are the type of pure substances. They are the types of pure substance, that is element and compound. And impure substance means those substances which are composed of two or more substance in any proportion. Two or more substance in any proportion, they are mixed and they form a new substance, then they will be called as a impure substance or mixture. And they are also divided into two types, that is homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture. Okay. So, they are of two types. What are they? They are homo means same and hetero means different. So, they are made up of similar type or same concentration type, and heterogeneous, that we will study in coming topics in briefly. So, first of all, how we can divide the matter? Matter is divided into pure substance and impure substance, and it is classified as element and compound. Now comes, what is element? Okay. So, element is simplest pure form of substance which can neither be split into simpler substance. Okay. So, those substance which cannot be splitted into smaller or simpler substances are known as element. Okay. So, in this chapter we will study more about the element, and next topic there we have to learn is compound. So, compound is also a pure substance. Okay. But in compound what happens? There is combination of two or more element in fixed ratio. For example, water. So, for example, water. So, water is a compound. Why? In water there are two elements. What are they? Two elements. They are hydrogen and oxygen. So, there are two types of element which forms or which gives hydrogen oxide, that is water molecule. Okay. But here this hydrogen and oxygen, two atoms, they are combined with each other in a fixed ratio. Okay. Here hydrogen is 2 and oxygen is 1. So, hydrogen is water is made of two elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen, in the fixed ratio of 2:1. They are made up of hydrogen and oxygen in the ratio 2:1. So, similarly, other example like carbon dioxide is also a compound. It is pure form, okay. It is pure substance. Why? Because they are combined together in a fixed ratio of 1:2. That is, carbon atom is 1 in number, whereas 2 element or 2 atom of oxygen is required or is there to form a 1 molecule of carbon dioxide. So, we can say carbon dioxide is a compound, okay. So, here today I have gone it in brief about the 3 state of matter, what are their properties, what are the different types of matter, how they are classified, like pure substance, impure substance. Similarly, I have classified till now element and compound like pure substance, and impure substance is composed of, or they are two types, that is homogeneous and heterogeneous, okay. So, after that we have defined element also. Now, element, as I have already told, they are the simplest pure form of substance which can neither be split into simpler substance. So, till now about 118 element are known to us, okay. About 118 element are known to us, and out of which 92 element are found in nature. So, how many element are known till today? About 118 element. So, element are the simplest pure form of substance. So, there are about 118 element. So, out of which 92 element are natural. So, 92 element are natural, and other remaining 26 element are artificial, or artificial means they are synthesized in the laboratory, or they are made by the scientists in the laboratory. So, we know that the element are 118 till today, and out of which 92 element are natural and 26 element are artificial. So, element we have told is a simplest pure form of substance, isn't it? Now, element are also composed of tiny particles, okay. They are also made up of subatomic particles, they are also made up of smaller particles. So, we can they are composed of small things which we call it as a atom. So, in coming class we will study about the structure of atoms, okay, structure of atoms, how they are made up of, so in detail. So, today I will only make you start with that structure of atom in simple manner, so that you can understand better in next class. You have already studied in class 8 also. So, I will enter in another topic, that is atom. Here in that topic I have not included that homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture, I have not defined you there. So, we will study in the chapter mixture or solubility. There we will study about the homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture, but homogeneous means the type of mixture in which the composition of the component is equally distributed throughout the mixture, in which the component are equally distributed. Hetero means they are distributed differently in the mixture. So, that are heterogeneous mixture. Okay. So, we will define or we will study it in detail in another chapter also. So, now we are going actual in the topic, our topic, that is valency and molecular formula. So, before that we will study about the atom. Okay. So, atom is the smallest particle of an element. Okay. So, smallest particle. So, I will teach you it in next class. So, only just introduction. Smallest particle of an element, and they are made of subatomic particle, and you already know in your lower classes about the subatomic particle. They are neutron, proton, electron, isn't it? And you also know what are their properties. Okay, how they behave, what is their relative mass, like atomic mass, AMU. Okay, their mass we will study it in detail in next class tomorrow. So, now we have come to the ending of this class today. So, what we have learned today, I would like to revise you again. Please slide. So, first we have studied about the state of matter. There we have studied about the three states, that is matter exists in three states, that is solid, liquid and gas. But according to the modern concept, it exists in 5 states, that is solid, liquid, gas, plasma and Bose-Einstein condensate. Then after that we have studied in about the properties of solid. That figure you can see, their atoms are very close to each other, they are compact, isn't it? So, first property we have studied, solid have definite shape and fixed volume. Second point is space between the particle is minimum. The force of attraction between the particle is maximum. And after that, another property that we have studied is the moment of particle is minimum, because the space or the molecular space between the particle is very less. And after that we have another point we have studied, they are usually difficult to compress. Now, next slide. Properties of liquid. Liquid have no definite shape but have fixed volume. Liquid take the shape of container in which they are kept. Second property we have studied about is that the space between the particle is intermediate. Third point we have studied, the force of attraction between the particle is also intermediate. The moment of particle is also intermediate between liquid and solid, and they are less compressible, or we can say they are not compressible. Now, next slide. Please, next slide. About the properties of gas also we have studied. Gases do not have fixed shape and volume. Gases occupy the whole space of the container. Second characteristic was the space between the particle is maximum. Third characteristic is the force of attraction between the particle is minimum. Like that, another point, the movement of particle is maximum in case of gases. And after that we have studied they are most compressible and they can flow. Now, please, next slide. So, types of matter also we have studied, pure substance and impure substance. In pure substance, element, and definition you can see there. An element is the simplest pure substance which can neither be splitted nor built up from simpler substance by any chemical means. For example, gold, zinc, copper, silver, etc. And after that we have studied about the compound, and compound is a pure substance which is formed by the combination of 2 or more elements chemically in definite proportion by their weight. a compound is composed of same type of element, for example water, glucose, sugar, carbon dioxide, common salt, etc. So, like that we have studied this much topic. Like another topic, next slide please. Last topic we have covered is element and impure substance, and that impure substance about the homogeneous and heterogeneous mixture also I have told you. We can learn it in next class or the coming classes in our chapter, it is there. So, like this we have come to the end of my class today. Hope you have understood the things. Otherwise let me know, or your class teacher or subject teacher in that regard. Okay, thank you very much for today.